Hello, future doctors. I know you have been working hard for your upcoming NEET examinations. There are three types of students, always, right? Some students, some aspirants, some NEET aspirants are so much stressed about the examinations, whether they are going to grab a seat or not. And there are some amount of students, there'll be no thinking whether they are going to get the desired college which they want. And there are other few students who have no idea what they are going to do in their examinations. So I'll just collectively give some idea. So now is the time to fine tune your efforts and put your efforts in the right direction. So I'm sharing my screen. Here you're seeing certain guidelines and certain ideas what you need to follow in this last few weeks. So first and foremost thing, you need to stay calm. You need to stay confident. Why is that very important? Because when you get emotional, when you get stressed, those things clouds your judgment process. So what happens? The same thing will reflect in paper. Even no matter how much how much knowledge you have, you cannot reflect that in your answer sheet, right? So first and foremost thing, you have to stay calm and you know stay composed, simple. And second thing, stick to your revision plan. So maybe some of you would have completed your syllabus, some of you wouldn't have completed your syllabus. So what you have to do in this case is, do not go for new chapters, don't do anything new. So you have to stick to the already done chapters. You just practice already done questions. That itself sufficient. Okay, because you have to understand this fact. Covering the right 35 to 40% of the syllabus is enough for it to score more than 80% of marks in any examination. Okay, so just stick to your regular routine. Just practice all whatever chapters you have learned. Just know do that. That's enough. And very important thing, very underestimated part. Okay, this is mostly overlooked by students. Okay, there are certain students, I don't know whether you belong to that range or not. There are certain students who fall in this 500 to 600 marks category. So what they want to do, they just think that they have attained certain saturations, but that's not true. In order to break that plateau level, in order to score more marks, what I have to do is just start practicing, start giving more lot of mock tests. So what happens is, where the problem lies, you think you have completed your syllabus, but why is your mark not increasing? The idea is so simple. You may have the knowledge, but you may not know the correct application part. So where you have to apply that knowledge, that is where you're lacking. So what you have to do is, those kinds of students have to do is, you just start giving more practice tests. Instead of solving model questions, instead of solving chapter-wise questions, give a full length test series. So what happens is, you can know where is your weakness lies and which is your strong portion, and where how much time you want to spend for each questions. Time, because NEET is not only knowledge based question, it is a strategy based question, correct? So it is very very vital for you to devise a particular strategy with which you want to give your NEET examination with full confidence. So what I would suggest is, focus on high yielding topics like biology, physics. In biology comprises of 50% of your examinations. Just start with biology. Okay. So if you're making correct responses, like out of 90 questions, if you're scoring 80 questions, then that's a good solid marks, right? You have in your hand. Then you can peacefully move on to the next section, chemistry. And in chemistry, if you are making a correct response of about 35 questions, that's a good boost, right? So it's more or less, if you are making more than 30 questions in physics, actually that guarantees a seat for you, right? In government medical college. So just devise a strategy with which you want to appear in examination. Fourth thing I want to add is, analyze and learn from your mistakes. This is very, very important, because what we tend to do is, there is the saying that goes like this: if we do not rectify our mistakes, the same mistake we just tend to commit. Yes. So basically, just giving test and without reviewing the test, where what mistake you made, without doing all that sort of review system, if you're moving to the next test, that is not going to do any good. So once you are giving a test, you just go and analyze it. Why? What's the reason for you to giving a wrong response? Why did you not get the answer? Just analyze that. So that what happens? First, very important thing is, you can know where your weakness lies, so that you can go and practice on that. You can just convert that weakness into strength part. Correct? Okay. And you can. And one more thing is, you can avoid committing the same mistake in the actual exam day. So analyzing and learning from the mistake is very, very important. So apart from this, what are the other things you can do? It's like focusing more on biology, as I said, okay? As it carries 50% of the mark. So if you're scoring somewhere around 550 or 500, you know some amount of biology, I think, right? So for the students who are scoring 300 to 400 range, what they have to do? They have to complete their biology syllabus. Just focus on the part from which the questions are being asked regularly, repeatedly. Okay, for the past 5 to 6 years, all the questions that are being asked in examination are straightly extracted from Ncert book, exact lines, exact concepts. So for if you take 90 questions out of 90, 80 questions are from NCRT. So correct. So directly from NCRT. So can't you do that? NCRT is a two book, right? So no, it's just two volumes. You can do that. Okay. In that NCRT itself, you just focus on specific part. Okay. So the thing is, balancing physics and chemistry smartly. So balancing part, what we are speaking here. If I say no, have a concept, crystal clear concepts in physics or crystal clear concept in chemistry, I do not mean that you have to know in a what to say master's level. Okay, you don't need to do that. You just have to know, understand. You just have to have this understanding on chemistry or physics for a neat level. In order to answer neat question, you must have a sufficient understanding. That itself is required. You do not need to solve a big or difficult kind of question, not like tier 3 or tier 2 type of question. In physics, actually they are asking tier 1 type of question, right, which is very, very elementary. So just by formula application, just a one line, one step solution, right? So just focus on those questions. Out of 45, you are going to get 25 questions based on that. So remaining 20 questions, in that also 10 questions are like just have to little bit of mind. Just use little bit of common sense. That's it. You are going to get that. Okay. So not only spending time during studies, also spending allocating appropriate time during examination also is important when it comes to balancing physics and chemistry smartly. So it's not only about revising formulas, concepts. Okay, it's not only formulas that's going to get you mark. It's the knowledge where to apply that formula. For that, what you have to do, you have to go and solve more questions. Just give it like a test time. Okay. So the things are whatever videos you watch, whatever things you hear, whatever things you read, the idea is so simple. First learn, first get the knowledge, and then apply that knowledge appropriately. For that, what you have to do, you just give a test series. Just go for a series of tests. Just appear in that. What happens from every test, you can know right where you are standing and where you want to go. Okay, and other stuffs like health and sleep. These are overlooked. What happens is people just think studying for 12 hours is going to get you a seat likewise. That's not true. And also in everywhere, every year you're going to have a topper who says I studied for 12 hours, 16 hours, 24 hours, 25 hours. That's not true, right? Actually, it's not about the amount of hours you are spending. It's the quality of time. It's the productivity that matters. Correct? So how productive you are. If you're studying for 8 hours with an efficiency of 70 to 80%, that's the most beautiful thing you can do in a particular day. Correct? So that is just sufficient. You don't need to sit for 12 hours and 14 hours just doing some random stuffs. Just have a smart goals. Okay, it's about how well you set your goals. You just fix a limited amount of questions that you want to solve today. You just focus on that. You just take a test paper. I just want to complete this test today. Just fix that goal. Just do the test, review it. Where all you are making mistakes, just analyze that and just go back, study that. And for tomorrow, just again appear in the next test. That's it, simple. The process is so simple. Don't complicate that, right? And final thing is avoid social media interactions, distractions as actually. The main thing is I do not mean, I'm not saying don't use social media and waste your time, watching videos. It's not what I mean. Nowadays in social media, what happens is more than positivity, a lot of negativity gets into you. Okay, you just start to compare yourself with other people. You don't want that, right? You should have a particular focus, but you just have to. Your focus should be on your neat examination, cracking that exam, getting a medical seat. Instead of that, what happens? Distraction is not, I do not. I see distraction as dispersed focus. If you're if you are having a sustained concentration on one thing, that is a focus. Here, what happens if you use some social media? You just lot of thoughts come into your mind. Then what happens? You just tend to deviate from your initial focus, right? That thing we don't want. This examination is the time where all the amount of work you have done for the past 1 year is going to show its result. Correct?